Welcome to another edition of Points of Interest, brought to you by the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce. My name is Paul Boucher. I'm the President and CEO of the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce. And as we do each week, we present you with the calendar of events that's going on in the Upper Valley for the week. And we have two special guests that are going to talk about a particular topic. And this week being no different, we have two Stacys with us. They're going to be with us and be talking about their particular programs going on in the Upper Valley. But to start off with, we have this week going on in the Upper Valley. We have this coming Saturday, we have Cinderella at the Lebanon Opera House. That is Saturday, May 5th and 6th. And on Saturday, we have two performances, one at 1:30, one at 7 p.m. And Sunday, we have one at 2:30. And you may call there for reservations, and I think it's going to be a sellout, so I would encourage you to call in early to get your tickets at 448-0400, and that's Cinderella at Lebanon Opera House. We have also this week, Citizens Bank is doing it at home jazz, as they do each month, and we have this month East Bay Jazz Ensemble, Davis and DeLalt, and that is on the 3rd of May at 7:30 p.m. That's a free concert, again, at Lebanon Opera House. And we then have also a number of programs going on at the Opera House that we'll be talking about later on as they come along, but we have the Upper Valley Community Band that's going to be presenting Horns Aplenty, and that's going to be on the 12th of May at 7:30. And that's a sort of a fundraiser for the Upper Valley Community Band that performs for us on Monday nights in the park here. We have Monday night concerts throughout the summer, and Upper Valley Community Band performs a number of those. And so this sort of fundraiser for their music and instruments and that type of thing. So that's coming up the 12th. We encourage you to attend that. That's 7:30 p.m. at the Lebanon Opera House. We have also, we all often brag about the Upper Valley, and this being no different. Recent figures that have just come out is that Lebanon has got the lowest unemployment rate in New Hampshire, and these are figures at the end of March, citing a 3.4% unemployment rate in Lebanon, and where other areas are as high as 9.3%, and we're doing extremely well in that area. And also, just recent figures that have come out said that in 2010, personal income has grown the highest in the state in the Grafton County, and us being in the Grafton County, that has happened here. So we're pretty proud of those two happenings in the Upper Valley. Other activities we've got going on this coming week is we have, this is a warbler, they call it, Warbler Wednesday, birding excursion in West Leb, 7 to 9 a.m. at the Boston lot at Wilder. This is on Route 10 heading toward Hanover. It's free, and it's sponsored by the Mascoma Chamber of New Hampshire Audubon Society, and 7 to 9 a.m. on this coming Wednesday. We also have Upper Valley Ed Camp in Lebanon, 4 to 7:30 p.m. at the Lebanon High School, an educational conference where teachers and principals facilitate peer-to-peer learning. It's a free event, and again, it's on Thursday. It's 4 to 7:30 p.m. at the Lebanon High School. We have coming up a very busy weekend. We have coming up. We have Dusk Rings a Bell in Enfield, 7:30 p.m. at the Shaker Bridge Theater, and that's right there on Main Street. And drama by Stephen Belber, directed by Bill Coons. 448-3750 for tickets for that event. And then we have an organ recital and reception with Paul Ayers in Lebanon, and that's at the First Congregational Church right down here at 8 South Park, which is right off the green here in Lebanon. And that's in the evening with British organist, as I mentioned, sponsored by the Bel Canto Chamber Singers. 448-1889 for more information on that particular event. So a busy week in the Upper Valley, and we encourage you to partake in the activities going on. And this week we have as our guests people from the Leadership Upper Valley program, which was started by the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce some years ago and spun off to Vital Communities. And we have the two Stacys this year with us, today with us. One who is the director of the program, and one who is in the program right now to explain what Leadership Upper Valley is all about, and an upcoming fundraising event that they have coming up. So I welcome both of you to the program.
Thank you.
And ask you a little bit about your background and how you came to Vital Communities.
Sure. So I've been working at Vital Communities for the last 10 years
Oh.
as the webmaster. And as part of that job, I do a lot of the online outreach for all of our programs. And when the opportunity came to become the manager of Leadership Upper Valley, I was really excited to take on that role. I feel like Leadership Upper Valley really shows the breadth of the work that we do at Vital Communities and more.
And Stacy, you are a current student of the program.
Yep, I'm a current student. Hypertherm has sent a student every year, and so I was fortunate enough to be the student this year. We have someone already has submitted an application for next year because we really think the program is so valuable. We want to be a part of it.
And your background, how you came to Hypertherm and
So it's slightly complicated. I relocated to the Upper Valley. Hypertherm relocated my husband and I. We moved here for a quality of life move, and I was actually a senior accountant when I moved. And I was a senior accountant at Hypertherm for a couple of years, and then this opportunity came up on the corporate social responsibility team to work directly with Barbara Couch on her initiatives, and it was too good of an opportunity to pass up, so I made a complete career change. And now I'm the project manager for that team. So I get to work with a lot of the nonprofits in the area and connect them with community service, volunteers, and I also help with our environmental stewardship projects.
okay.
So
And-
Leadership Upper Valley has certainly helped, kind of fill in the gap of having only been up here about 5 years. It's really helped educate me on all the different aspects of the valley that I hadn't yet encountered.
And your husband is still with Hypertherm?
No, my husband
Oh.
actually works from home. So
Oh.
when he said we're moving to New Hampshire, his
Yeah.
company said, "Well, no, you cannot move to New Hampshire." He said, "Well, no, I am moving to New Hampshire." So they said, "Well, you can work from home." So,
Wonderful.
yeah, it's worked out
Excellent.
really well. We love it up
Great,
here.
great.
So.
Yeah. And the other Stacy, your background, how you came to
To
the Upper
Vital
Valley,
Communities,
your Vital
Upper
Communities,
Valley.
Upper Valley,
My husband was the coordinator of the Valley Quest program at
Okay.
Vital Communities for many years. And we moved here because we wanted to be closer to our family on the East Coast. We kind of lived off west in Arizona and Colorado. And my background is in programming and computer science, and so when they needed some help on their website, I slowly did a little bit and then a little more and made it larger. And it was a time where websites were something that was something nice to have, and now it's something you have to
You have
have.
to have,
And
yeah.
it's just really, I've been through that whole phase with Vital Communities as it's grown.
Excellent. So tell us a little about history of the Leadership Upper Valley.
Yeah, so Leadership Upper Valley, as you said, started with the Lebanon Chamber of Commerce and became a program of Vital Communities about 3 years ago. It's a program where we take leaders and emerging leaders in the Upper Valley, and we go in depth in different areas to teach them about how these different areas work in the Upper Valley and how they can get involved in those areas. So there's 1 day a month for 10 months, and there's a different subject that we delve into each month, like education, government and politics, transportation, livable communities, the arts and creative economy, like that. There you
I
go.
think
You have
that's
my flyer.
what's really great about the program is what Stacy said is that you don't have someone doing some research on the web or just coming up with the curriculum for each class. They bring in subject matter experts from all of those different categories, and it's that subject matter expert, I think, is what makes the program such a high quality, because you're really hearing it from the people that are directly involved with all these different areas, so you really feel like you're experiencing the whole grasp of the topic.
What was interesting when we first started the program, we had two of our prior chair of the boards who had gone through Leadership New Hampshire, which is really competitive because they only take 20 students from the entire state, and there's hundreds that apply. And both were selected and said, we need a program in the Lebanon area. And so we really copied, if you will, the Concord Chamber, who's had a program over the years, and put the program together. And using, as you say, local people, we used Steve Taylor, who was the Agriculture Commissioner at the time. Kelly Ayotte, who was now our senator, was the Attorney General who spoke to the group. And we had Jerry Danielle, who was the history professor at Dartmouth Emeritus, and Ray Burton, and a lot of the local people. And so people got to know, and I think that was the purpose of the whole program, is to know about the community, what's going on here. Because some of them said, we didn't know this was going on, or did this, and encouraging them to participate once the program get done, to either volunteer on a nonprofit or on a city council or planning board type of thing. So it was very successful in doing the program themselves, and I'm sure you're continuing with that particular program.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we give people an opportunity to learn who the players are in that certain area, and then an opportunity to learn about how they could get involved. So if a particular day, really calls out to them, maybe they will join a board of a not-for-profit, or maybe they want to join their select board, or maybe they want to go back to their company and say, hey, we should really become a sponsor of, one of the arts organizations, Ava Gallery or Northern Stage. So, involving them back in the community, as well as them knowing the people in the community to go to, and then knowing each other. So then there's a network of the current participants, but then the alumni as well. So we keep them all kind of engaged, so they have each other.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
And
say.
you,
the
Stacy,
networking
as a new person to the Upper Valley,
Yeah.
got to learn.
Yeah, certainly. So the networking aspect is wonderful, regardless of what business you're coming from, because there's a huge variety of students, which is great. But the networking is great in that, I'm sort of sad that the program is going to be coming to an end shortly, but then I realize it's not, because now it's permanent, and now I have this big group of alumni. I had a transportation problem at Hypertherm that I'm trying to resolve, and Randy Hiller, one of the fast students, has a transportation. So that's how those things work. And but now on Sundays, when I open the Sunday paper, I'm not reading it from the outside, just reading it like you might read a book or historical events, or just trying to get caught up. I'm reading it.
You know these people.
And I know the people, and I know the issues, and I'm wanting to see what's happening next with it. So it really is. It changes you from watching from the outside and really becoming an active member in the community.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference. And it's not just for people new to the area. We have a lot of people in the program that have lived in this area their whole lives. They grew up here, and I can't tell you how many times I hear them say, I never knew that.
Yeah.
I never knew that. How can I have never known? I've never known that.
Yeah.
So that's what's really great, is that it's for everybody. It's
Yeah.
all different.
But it is a commitment, Stacy.
Yeah.
How long?
So it's 10 months, and we meet once a month, the second Wednesday of every month, and it starts in September and ends in June. So our next session will start next September, and we're taking applications right now for next year.
As a
And
matter of
it's
fact, I feel so strongly about it that I joined the recruiting committee.
Oh, excellent.
Exactly.
Oh, great.
It's
And
really,
it's a full day commitment
Correct.
on
It's a
that
full
day.
day.
Yes.
Yeah, on that day.
On
and
that
the day flies by.
It does.
It
yes.
does. It flies by. By the end of the day, you can't believe everything that's gonna, you've talked about. So.
I've been fortunate myself and other chamber directors to address the group.
Yes,
and
you have.
been very, enthused about the group, and just impressed with the participants and from the program, and so anybody who is interested in next year's program should do what?
So you can go to our website, vitalcommunities.org, and there'll be information on the program, and there's also an online application. You can look over the online application, you can submit your online application, you can email me if you have more questions, stacy@vitalcommunities.org. Applications are open now on a rolling basis, so the sooner you get it in, the better, and they'll be open until the end of July.
And if there are issues with participation and paying tuition and such, both the Hanover area and Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce provides scholarships. So if there's an issue with funding and such, please don't let that deter you from applying. We'd be glad to do some scholarships for. And how many applicants versus acceptance do you have? Is it usually more applicants than people who are accepted?
Well, we hope.
Oh, we hope. Okay.
I mean, so we've had the program for 3 years now. This past year, I think we had a little bit more than the number of participants that ended up coming in, but some people were affected by Hurricane Irene and things happened, they couldn't come at the last minute. Some of those people are going to be joining us this next year.
Okay.
And so currently we have about 21 participants, but we look to have as many as 30 next year.
Now, that's your cap.
That's
Is that
our
what
cap.
you're limiting
Exactly.
to? Is
More
the-
than that would
Exactly.
probably be too
Little bit
difficult
too
to really
much.
Difficult,
manage.
yes.
Yeah.
And,
Because-
and get in the space, right?
Yeah,
Where you're
because
going,
there's a
yeah.
lot of time, you know, there's presenters, but then there's also a lot of interacting with each other and having group discussions, and, you know, too many people, they maybe wouldn't get as much out of it
Out of
as
it,
they
yeah.
could.
Because I can remember the first year we did it, we had 11, and,
Yeah.
and we went scrambling for that. And
Right.
once it caught on, and the intent from the board of the chamber was to run it for a few years and spin it off to somebody else. And we're so happy that it's gone this far in the program.
Yeah, I believe Cindy Taylor was in that first
She
class.
was.
She's still on the board.
Oh, excellent! Oh,
Yeah.
good.
She's
Yes,
still actively involved.
very good.
the
Yes,
program.
and as you say, these people are getting involved in community and with nonprofits, with the city and stuff, or on your board, and which is wonderful.
Yeah, our group actually did a service project at the hostel. I organized a painting project. I
Oh.
knew that the hostel really needed a lot of rooms painted, so we organized everyone on a Saturday,
Yeah.
and we went there and painted for the day. And it was a great, it was a great team building event for everyone, and it got people out in the community. So.
One of the programs we ran, one of the first ones, I'm not sure if you continue, was with the social service agencies, and we had Julia Hadlock, who was then head of the United Way in the area, and she had 25 people from different agencies that United Way supported, and gave a slip of paper to each of the students, and they had to go with a problem, and they had to find the right agency that would solve their problem. And so it got these people to think about, oh, geez, this is going on in the Upper Valley, and that was a wonderful program.
Yeah, we did that as well
Is
this
it-
year,
yeah.
and it was great. Very eye-opening for
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Really.
And then Kelly Ayotte, who, as I mentioned, was then the Attorney General, spoke to the group then, and Senator now, and has really close affiliations with the program, and really enjoyed. She did 2 or 3 years for us when we run the program, and we had a session where Kelly was there, and Ray Burton, who was the county commissioner and on the governor's council, and Jerry Danielle, who was retired history professor, and they would each had their sessions to speak, but enjoyed it so much, spent the whole day with us. They really
Yeah.
had a great time and enjoyed it. But we have a fundraiser coming up, and so
Yeah.
we did talk about that, and what is that all about?
Sure. So May 22nd at the Queechee Club, we're going to have an event called the Heroes and Leaders Celebration. So it's to celebrate the heroes and the leaders of the Upper Valley. We have 10 Upper Valley residents who have competed in the U.S. Olympics coming to the event, and Governor Shumlin will be there as well. There'll be a raffle and some other auction of different goodies at the event as well. And that's another thing that you can go to the website and reserve seats for that as well.
And it's a dinner.
It's a
evening.
reception and dinner.
Excellent.
Exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. And so the Olympians will be sitting at the different tables with their guests, and there'll be a reception in the beginning. I think there'll be some opportunities to, speak with them, take pictures with them. And this is our first time doing this event, and we're hoping we can continue it, in the future.
And some of these Olympians are?
Some of the Olympians are.
Oh, yeah.
Chris and Jeff Hastings, who are ski jumpers.
Oh, yes.
John Morton, who's a biathlon competitor. Tim Caldwell, Rowan Carroll, Mark Coogan, Eddie Thies Morgan.
Have
So,
all participated
have
in,
all
in-
participated.
in the Olympics.
Yeah, as
Oh,
well.
that's a wonderful,
Yeah.
great. And this is at the Quechee Club.
Quechee Club,
And-
May 22nd.
Excellent. And we have to really thank, too, as Doug Wise, who is the past chair of the Hanover Area Chamber of Commerce, who has really gotten this program around and has done great contributions to keeping Leadership Upper Valley. We tried to change the name years ago. It's Love Group. Leadership Upper Valley, LUV. We tried to change it. None of the alumni wanted to change it. They are the Love Group. And so that's what we have known all over the state. Other programs are being still run to this day in the Nashua, Manchester, Concord, Salem chambers that sponsor this program, and they each have their name, but they love our name, the Love Group. And Doug has been a great supporter of this whole program, and is really the one that's been putting this together, this Olympic dinner that's going to have at Quechee coming up soon. So I would encourage people who are interested to please call Vital Communities to get more information. And again, to submit your application for this year. Now,
Starting in, September 12th.
September 12th. What year is this coming up?
I was figuring that out
Yeah.
before I came here. This will be the 6th class that
It's
graduates.
6. Excellent, yeah. And
Yeah, so there were 3 here at the chamber, and then 3, this will be 3 since
Yeah.
they're at Vital Communities.
Wonderful, good. And, it's open to anyone in the Upper Valley, and we encourage people to apply and nudge a little bit if your employer who will pay the tuition and to belong to the program. So we encourage a lot of people to do that, and then also to participate in the fundraiser for the event coming up in Quechee. So we thank you, both of you, for being with us, and
Thank
we
you.
congratulate you on being going to be an almost
almost
graduate from the
graduate,
program
yes.
this coming fall. And so again, for Points of Interest, brought to you by the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce. My name is Paul Boucher. I'm the President and CEO. We'll be back next week with another guest, and we invite you to look in. So until then.